Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the Wildflower Wills YouTube channel. It's Monday, it's cast on day, it was voting day, and we are picking a prize for the sock knit along that we just finished up on Saturday night. So, we've got lots of really fun things to talk about. I got some fun things to show you. I have a finish. So, grab your knitting, get something warm to drink because winter has decided to finally arrive. And let's chat about some knitting. I okay, think I'm organized now. Okay, everybody. So I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool. If you are brand new here, we are voting for a new project, a technique yarn. There's always something to vote for every Monday on Instagram, two places, and stories on the feed, Wildflower Wool's Facebook page, and then right here on YouTube in the community tab. And it is always fun. It is a great way to kick off Monday, start a brand new week with a new project, some voting. And I always love what the comments you guys give me, some suggestions. So let me show you what the yarn is. So I pulled this out of my stash, and it is Bernat Handicrafter. I was looking for some Christmassy colors, but Bernat Handicrafter really doesn't have a bright red. As far as I know, this is all they have, and it's called Country Red. And then this was Emerald. So I think they'll look fine. So pot holder. I need some other small gift items for the holiday season. So I thought a pot holder would be the perfect thing. You guys voted for a dishcloth last week. So I went with pot holder this week, and you were voting on how I would knit Intarsia. I think last week when we were talking about the whole dishcloth pot holder, and I said if I had been doing a pot holder, I typically like to do them in the round, and if I was doing Intarsia, then I could do Intarsia in the round. And we talked a little bit about that, but not too much. So anyways, I thought, that seemed like a really interesting conversation. So I thought I am going to make that one of the voting choices for this week. So the project is going to be a pot holder with these two colors. And you were voting whether I did it kind of the traditional way of doing Intarsia, where you knit flat and you go back and forth, a knit row, a purl row, knit row, purl row. So you're always carrying, or not carrying, no, you're not carrying. That's right. That's not what I meant to say. But you're working across the row, you turn it and you come back and you work to where your, I think this is going to be a Christmas tree, is. And so my background is going to be red, and then I'm going to have a green Christmas tree. So I'm going to knit across with red, red, red. I'm going to get to the center of my pot holder. I'm going to knit a little bit of green. And then traditionally you keep going and you would have another red ball over here. You would pick up the red ball, twist your yarn so there's no gap, and then you would knit over with the red. Then you would turn it around. The red you just finished with, you would purl back. Your green is sitting here. You would pick up your green. I would knit my green for my Christmas tree. The other red ball would be sitting here, and you would carry on to the end of the row with the red. Super easy. And so the newer way, some smart person figured out how you could do Intarsia if you wanted to do it in the round. Because the problem with doing Intarsia in the round is if I was knitting red, 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 got to my green, and my green is going to end over here, and I have red, I'm going to knit all the way around. I'm going to get back to my green. I'm going to want to start knitting green here, but my yarn is over here. So I have done Intarsia in the round before. Karen left me a message as she was voting, and she's like, I did those balloon socks, those famous balloon socks from Sock Madness two years ago. I think everybody who was in Sock Madness remembers those balloon socks. So I had done, and that was a refresher for me because I had done in the round Intarsia. I had done a couple projects before that. It was quite a few years ago. So doing the socks was a little bit of a refresher for me. So that was what you were voting for. Flat or in the round Intarsia. And you guys, it was so close. So close. It was so close. The winning technique came away with only 51% of the votes. There was, as you can tell, there was good reasons to do both. Some people were saying do the flat knitting because it's probably easier and it's probably quicker. And it is. It's holiday gift knitting time. So speed is, of course, a factor. And then there was a bunch of other people who were like, do the newer technique, do it, have some fun. I'm like, yes, you are my people. um, but yeah, in the end, it was so close. It came down to I actually well, I thought I was gonna have a tiebreaker, and then when I went back about 15 minutes later, there had been a couple more votes cast. So but it would have still went the same way. The two other people voted for the winning technique. Okay, I'm just gonna take a peek in the comments. Hello, everybody. I see people are coming in here and people are chatting. There's some talk about the snow. I know we've got a snow warning out. We got a bunch of snow overnight. It snowed a good part of the day. Liz has run a winter storm watch, but so far, not much of a storm. I wouldn't say we've had a storm. I would just say it's winter. Hi, Pravina. Hi, Jude. Hey, Joe. Hey, Nikki, Diane, Jocelyn, and Diane. Anyways, hello, ladies. And hello to everybody else who has not left a comment to say they're watching tonight. And for the people that are going to watch the replay later on in the week. So, Intarsia. So leave me a message in the comment section. Oh, I'm going to take a peek. I did another poll in Instagram. I was curious to see how many people had done Intarsia in the round. And when I looked at it mid-afternoon, nobody had tried it. So I'm sure, of course, there's been people like Karen, who I know has done it before. Hi, Sally. Oh, Diane has said she's done it before. And people were in the comments were saying kind of both ways. I know Jen had left me a comment and she's like, "Oh, don't do Intarsia in the round. It's fiddly and it's complicated." And then Nikki said the exact opposite. She's like, "It's easy. Once you do one round, it clicks, you get it. It's not a problem." And I would kind of say both comments are right. I don't think it's hard, but it is definitely fiddly. But like Nikki said, most people probably would catch on fairly quickly. After a few rounds, you would you sorry, I'm laughing at Sherry's comment. Yeah, so I think after you would do a few rounds, you would kind of get the hang of it. So Sherry says stupid balloon socks. I know those balloon socks, if you guys it's not quite time for me to talk about Sock Madness. That'll come after we're into the new year. We'll start getting the excitement building for Sock Madness. But yeah, I think those balloon socks were kind of I think that was the qualifying round sock, and they were challenging. Just it was, I mean, the Intarsia and then doing it in the round, and you had, I don't know, like 12 bobbins or more. It was not for the faint of heart, that sock pattern, that's for sure. And I think a lot of people were just like, they saw that the Intarsia in the round and they're like, "Nope, I'm out. Not even gonna try it." Or some people tried it and they're like, "Yep, heck no." Um, Sally says, "I haven't done any no Intarsia at all." Interesting, interesting. Oh, Jen, yes, Jen did the balloon socks. Yeah, Jen did the balloon socks. I know Karen did. There was a couple of other of the, like, Fiber Friends slash Wildflower Wool viewers. I don't know, there was probably, like, 5 or 6 of us that did them. Carol might have done the blue socks. Anyways, yes. I and it was funny, I got through the hardest part on the sock. I did the balloons, I did the Intarsia and the round, but I didn't finish the sock, so that was the year I didn't qualify. I got to the heel, and then life just got in the way, and I didn't get it finished in time. But the in the round Intarsia was really, really fun. Oh, I was gonna say, what did I say? I got distracted. I'm like, what was I looking at my phone for? I was gonna look up, I was curious to see. Okay, so in the Intarsia poll on Instagram, there was 80% of people that answered had said no, they had not done it yet, and 20% said they did. And my bet would have been, oh, Nikki did the balloon socks. That's right. I was going to say it would have been 90-10. Probably 90% of the people had not done in the round. And according to my little Instagram poll, it says 80% have not done it. And now the next question, next poll should be, would you try it? So, hey, before we talk more about in the round, I will tell you um, who won. Okay, let me take a peek in the comments here because Sherry's like, she's like, I was weeded out by the balloon socks. Yeah. Oh, Donna says, I have never tried it either. So, either way, Donna, like flat or like no intarsia, just not in the round. I had learned about intarsia in the round, I don't know, quite well, I don't know, a number of years ago. Um, but it's, yeah, it's not something that, other than the balloon socks is the first pattern I have ever seen doing intarsia in the round. The other times I've done it, I have just made up my own pattern. And I've taught it at our guild, which like I want to say 10 years ago, but maybe 8 years ago, something like that. It was quite a while. And it was fun. Have those ladies done it again? I'm guessing no. But it's one of those things, if you like a little challenge, you like it's fun coming across a new technique. And if you want to give it a try, I highly suggest it. Susie says she hasn't done it either way. Donna says either way. Yeah, I think Intarsia is kind of one of those that not super popular, I would say. You know, if people want to do color work, stranded, I think would be obviously the first choice, and then probably a mosaic with a slip stitch. And Intarsia, I don't know if it's, I was gonna say it gets a bad rap, maybe. Some people think it's hard, or you get little gaps when you're changing colors, or just making bobbins, or little butterflies. It's yarn management can be a big thing with Intarsia. You have to make sure you keep your whatever you're doing. If you're wrapping yarn onto a bobbin or you're just winding in a little butterfly, you want to try to keep the length of yarn as short as you can. I always say that, and then I end up pulling out a whole whack of yarn just to have, room to knit. But the longer it is, the more tangled it can get. So you do have to stop every once in a while and just untangle everything. But I actually really, really like it, and I'm gonna have fun doing this. So, okay, is Liz here? Liz hasn't given me Liz is here. Liz says she did one argyle sock. See, that would be fun. I would like to do I have not done an argyle sock pattern, but I think I should. Okay, drum roll. The winner, flat in the round. How is this pot holder going to be knit up into a fantastic, wonderfully fun project this week? It is going to be knit with 51% of the votes. It is going to be knit flat. So, those of you who are like, do it the way it's supposed to be done, do it the easy way, do it the way it's going to be the fastest, flat one out. Diane says boo. I know. If I was voting, I I would have went for in the round. Something fun, a little different. But anyways, that's okay. Hey Sam. Um, so flat. So I'm thinking the way I'm going to do it flat is just do a long rectangle. I'm going to knit the front side of my pot holder, red, 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 Christmas tree, red, 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 and then maybe do, no, I'm not going to. I was going to say do a purl stitch like as a turning spot, and then just knit red, 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 red for the back. So once I have a rectangle, I'm going to have my Christmas tree. I'll have the back. I will just fold it and then whip stitch it closed, top, side, bottom. Easy peasy. It will be easy peasy, and I'm only going to have 3 bobbins, so I could split this into 2. I guess I'm gonna have to have brown, aren't I? Do I need brown? I could just do a Christmas tree all in green, right? The trunk green. Do I have brown cotton? Yes, I do. Okay, maybe I will do some brown for the tree. So then I will have a brown, a green, and 2 reds for either side. A small one. Most of the yarn is gonna have to be on one side. Anyways, that'll be fun. And then I thought I could possibly do like a little embroidery, like put a little, I don't know, just do like a little cross stitchy, not a cross stitchy embroidery. You can tell what that means, right? Do a little star at the top or little stars on the points of the trees or little French knots on the points, maybe in red. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how creative I get. Hi, Carol. Let's see. Oh, Liz, wow, when I voted flat, I was sure Round was going to win. It was so close because literally as I was counting the votes, it was I counted here on YouTube and I don't know, I don't know. It was like literally what YouTube might have said in the round was ahead by 2. And then I went to Facebook and Intarsia was ahead by 2. And I was looking at it, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tied." Uh, and I know one person had sent me a direct message, and I thought, "Okay, I might have to go to that to break the tie." But yeah, in the end, flat run out. 1 out, so anyways, it'll be fun. Who knows? At some point, I will definitely do in the round because I'm all excited. So, the I'll just tell you just quickly. So if you did I like it when you do it in the round, you have to turn your work. So you are actually working in knit rounds and then you turn it and you purl rounds and you're making these loops. So what is the fiddly part like Jen was talking about is you pull a loop of yarn, you twist it with the old yarn, pull out a loop and then you knit with that loop around until you get back to where you're joining the other color, and then you have to pull the loop snug and pull your ends, and then it prevents a gap. So it's one of those things that sounds a lot harder when you're trying to explain it, but you're turning your work, but you are still going in the round. So it is fun. It's a little different, and whoever came up with this idea is very, very smart. Um, oh, Nikki says I'm currently doing faux embroidery knitting. Oh, and your new gnome advent pattern clue one from yesterday. Very exciting. Oh, Jocelyn. Okay, we'll see you Friday, Jocelyn. It is because it's the first Friday of December. So Jocelyn and I are going to be checking in to see if we got our projects done. Hi, Louise. Oh, you can use scrubby yarn to do a star on the top of the tree. Hey, that would be super cool because then it would have texture. I like that. Oh gosh. Okay, that's a great idea. I may steal that, Louise, because I like it. Like it, like it, like it. Okay, so let's talk. Let me show you a little bit more of what I worked on. Okay, let's talk about the sock knit along because that's another super fun thing. We're picking a prize right now, you guys. So let me do that. I was going to do it Sunday morning. So the sock knit along. So the Wildflower Wool Holiday Sock Cal 2024 went from November 1st to November 30th. And it was a lot of fun. And look at this, you guys. I have a pile of stuff sitting here and can't find my socks, is what I have. But give me 1 second. Untangle my yarn. I have a finished pair of socks. Look at that. So it took me um what 29 days to do half a sock because it's like they're DK socks. I can do these in no time at all. Why do I have to knit on them? I'll work on something else. And then all of a sudden it was like holy crap, I'm not going to have socks done. And I'm like, that is not going to happen. So, where was I on Saturday? I posted some pictures. Um, oh, Sherry, what if you did the not the scrubby, like the plasticky stuff, but the other scrubby that's like a more of a cottony but scrubby one, the red heart scrubby. That might be all right. Um, yeah, because some of the plasticky ones might melt. Maybe. Anyways, yeah, so where was I on my sock? I don't think I had started. I don't know. I can't remember now. Anyways, I was partly done sock one and I was working on finishing it. Oh, that was Thursday night because Friday, I was almost at the toe, but I didn't finish it because I went, you guys, and I was living my Hallmark Christmas movie dream life. I went to the Christmas tree lighting here in my town. There was no cute man. Well, I mean, I'm sure there was, but there was like none that we met in, as we're walking around looking at the lights. So, anyways, it was a fun night. So I did not stay home and finish my toe. I went to the Christmas tree lighting and walked around the park with all the lights with a friend, and it was a super fun night. And then I had to finish Saturday. I finished the toe and I started and I did this. Now, and complete I I I did not finish it quite by midnight. Midnight on November 30th, I had, I think, 4 rounds left to decrease on my sock, and I was so tired, I could not stay awake. And I thought, I could stay awake and get it done by 12:30. In the end, I just went to bed and I finished it first thing Sunday morning. But I'm calling that close enough. And I'm considering it done. So the yarn was Rose Hill Yarns. She is from, I want to say Calgary, I think. And so she's a Canadian dyer, and I absolutely loved this DK um, yarn. Love the color. Um, I love how it knit up. There was no pooling. It was, oh, yep, Susanna says Alberta. It was really, really nice. I loved it. And colorway, vintage claws. Love it a lot. Love it, love it, love it. So the heel that I did was a band heel. So it's a heel flap and gusset heel. And the heel flap is just done in stockinette stitch. So the heel flap's down here. Same thing. You slip your first stitch, you knit across, slip your first stitch, purl back. And you just do that for 2.5 inches. And then you're doing the band heel. So you can see, oh, this never shows up in the, I can see it so much clearer in person, but right there, there's a decrease loop and there. You can see, you keep the same number of stitches for the band and you're decreasing the side stitches in. And then you pick up stitches and you decrease them away, just like a regular heel flap and gusset heel flap and gusset socks. So um, you can see here, maybe I should have just left it on the blocker. You can see there's my gusset decreases. So it was fun. It was, oh, Nikki, you could see it. Good. It was fun. It was just something, it was different for sure. And, but it was fun. Oh, Susanna says she has more of that colorway in stock. Well, you guys, if you want to go grab it, Rose Hill Yarns, Vintage Claws, because it's gorgeous. One of our local-ish yarn shop, the Thoughtful Artisan, who's in Woodstock, she has been selling her yarn in her shop, and it is fantastic. So that's where this came from, was the Thoughtful Artisan. Susanna said, "Oh, I'm going to let you know that I did not finish." Well, that's okay, Susanna. Just keep going. You're you've got it, you're closer than when you started, right? So just keep on going. There was a couple of other people who messaged me and said, "I'm not gonna get mine finished in time either." And you know what? That's okay because now we still have the whole month of December, and what better time to still keep knitting Christmas socks, right? Okay, let's do a random number generator, and we'll see who is going to win. Let me show you. So speaking of Rose Hill yarns, because I enjoyed knitting my socks so much, once I cast them on and got started, when I went back to the Thoughtful Artisan to do some teaching, I said to Anne, I'm like, okay, I need to pick a ball of yarn for a prize. And I really think it needs to be some of the Rose Hill yarns. So there is her tag. There we go. Rose Hill yarns. And this is not DK weight though. I went with a fingering because I knew that way everybody knits, everybody that's knitting socks has knit fingering weight. So I just went with a fingering weight. So it is 100 grams, 463 yards, 53 yards, 63 yards, 463 yards. This colorway is called Storytime Tulip. It's a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. So look at that. It is really, really pretty. You guys were lucky. I was so tempted. I just wanted to keep picking out all the green, yellow, and oranges. And then I thought, no, I'm going to go pick something a little bit different. Oh, Cindy. Oh, you just bought this. Oh, which one? This one or the vintage claws, Cindy? I know. Isn't this really pretty? Okay. Oh, hey, Pravina. I knitted a scarf. Oh, Intarsia in the round. I follow very pink. Yep, I knitted the scarf 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So see, yeah. So it's not super, super new technique, but fairly newish. Okay, I'm gonna pop this back in its little Ziploc bag. I'm keeping Daisy away from it. So it will hopefully be 100% free of cat hair. Okay, let's do a prize. So there is 16 entries. So we are going to do, so let me see, can I show you? You guys, I'm sorry, I cannot share my screen. Whoop, okay. Okay, you don't really want to see me again. Okay, so I think those are Dawn's socks. I remember that. You probably are better to just go look at the Ravelry thread. These are in Wildflower Wool's Ravelry. Those look like Jen's because she did Stranded. Is that Diane? I can't tell. Oh no, those are Jen's again. Those are Fun Striped and Stranded. I think those are Karen's. Jen's again. Oops. Trying to do this looking in the screen. So it was really fun to see that a couple people knit multiple pairs of socks over the month, which was very encouraging for us. Jude, are those yours? Sally? Whose are the red, white, and green with the green heel? Oh, Donna. Those are Donna's. These look like a scrappy pair. Those look fun. Hey, Nikki, those are your Twizzler socks, aren't they? With the yellow heel. I love that. And that looks like the gingerbread Christmas socks. Oh, this is Donna's too. Those are really pretty. Is that a West Yorkshire spinner's yarn? Maybe not, but it looks. Oh, and these one, I think I have that sock yarn. Like that. And oh, those are really nice stripes. That's Diane, I think, again. And that was our last one. So you guys, I would love how they have a blue toe. I really like that. Okay, anyways, so so that was entry, Diane. You were number 16. So let me go back to, I've got a random number generator here from 2 to 16. All right, you guys are all winners because you got socks done, and a few of you got multiple socks done. So they're either going to be gifts, or if you're keeping them for yourselves, you're going to have socks to wear this whole coming month. Okay, let's see who is the winning socks. Entry 2, number 2. Okay, so who was? Um, okay, that's going to be like the very first. And that is Dawn. Dawn. Congratulations! First finished pair using West Yorkshire Spinners gingerbread colorway. And Dawn, you said, I remember your post. Um, oh, does anyone know the name of Louisa's yarn? The yarn I used was Vintage Claws, Susanna, for my socks. Okay. Oh, you can see it right up here. Dawn, you did a little color work there just under the cuff, didn't you? And then just let the yarn do its thing. This gingerbread colorway is, I love it. The West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas yarns are always so pretty. And then you added the white cuff and toe. Very, very fun. Oh my gosh. They are so fun. Everybody's socks were absolutely amazing. And this has been so fun. So thank you guys to everybody. Oh, who took part? Okay. Diane says she did it to represent icing. Look at that. See, it's those little tiny details that just add a little something to the socks. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, I'm so excited. Thank you for knitting along with me. And I am super happy that I got my pair done. And I think I will probably just wear them tomorrow. Okay, so Dawn, um, I will send you this fantastic ball of yarn for more socks. For more socks. Okay, so yes, I will get a hold of Dawn. I will send her a message and get her address and get these off to her, not by Canada Post, but I will send them out another way so she can get them right shortly. So probably by the end of the week. Um, yeah, not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. One of those days they'll get sent out. Okay, socks. I haven't finished, you guys. Super excited. Okay, what else? The other thing that I worked a lot on was my extra cast on that I did a couple of weeks ago. This wasn't a New Start Monday voting project, but my shrug that I need to have done in like, I'm still gonna say it's just under 2 weeks now. Yikesies. I have to knit a lot on this. Dawn is working tonight. All right, well then she'll be in for a surprise. My shrug. I started out somewhere. Look at this. I never take my own advice. I stopped partway through a row. I picked it up here to bring it up here and then realized I was dropping stitches. um Anyways, it's kind of hard to show it to you when it's partly done. Somewhere, there it is. Like, I knew I put a stitch marker on here. So this is how much I knit this week on it. And I was off to a really, really good start because I was working on 2 inches a day, which I did a couple of days of 2 inches. And oh, what is the name of the yarn from Rose Hill? So my socks was Vintage Claws, and the winning yarn is Springtime Tulips. Let me look again. So, but I set the shrug down so I could finish the socks. Storytime Tulip. It looks like springtime to me with the purples. It looks like crocuses in the spring garden that we can only dream of now that we're covered in snow. So anyways, This, I needed to do 2 inches on a day to be able to have it done, seamed up. It's not gonna get blocked. It's just gonna get sewn up, and I'm gonna wear it. I'll probably be finishing it Saturday morning when I'm chatting to Cheryl on the Fiber Friends podcast, and then I'm going to my guild Christmas party, and I am going to wear this. Fingers crossed. So, I have to do a lot of knitting on this to get myself caught back up because I didn't, work on this because I was working on the socks. So, a little bit of catch up, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I can um I can get this caught up and wear it. So this is the now a couple people are knitting this since I chatted about this. Was this last week? I know Carol has one cast on, and oh, who else was it? Was it Diane? Now I'm not sure who the other person was that cast this on. I saw Carol knitting hers on Thursday. So this is the Lion Brand Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool Speckled Shrug. Is that the name of it? Oh, Diane's knitting it. Okay. Um, oh, you're doing it as a scarf though. Okay. Oh, and Dawn too. Oh, that's so fun. So I have got mine started. I think the sizing's going to be good. And yeah, I'm going to Diane. Oh, sorry about the shrug. We're knitting. Oh, knitting the Sophie. Okay, okay, yes. Well, I'll show you my Sophie. Anyway, so the shrug's going good. I think this is going to be perfect, and I think it's going to be something that I wear a lot. Just pull on something. Obviously, there's no real fit to it. It's just literally a rectangle. It has you start out with some ribbing, you switch to stockinette, and it's a free pattern, so I can tell you a little bit about it. So it says to cast on 153 stitches. I did a little extra. I went to 160. So mine width-wise is 40 inches. And then the pattern says to knit to 44 inches. And so you knit to like 42, and then you do a couple of inches of ribbing to get to 44. And then you just fold the ribbing down to the ribbing and seam up and leave arms. Super, super simple. This one here, Susanna, is actually fisherman's wool. This is where's my ball band? My ball. I had this. I think I told this story, right? That I was knitting this, and this is the actual yarn, the same colorway that I'm pretty sure it's the same colorway. It that does it tell me what it is that the model's wearing? Color 200. I don't. Anyways, it's like a brown. It's cream with a brown in there. Um, so super, super easy. And I think it's gonna be fun to wear, fun to knit. I think it could be a very good beginner pattern for a lot of people. Oh, Cindy. Cindy says, any animal lovers, keep my little dog in your thoughts. She's in the hospital. She has, x-rays, looking for blockage, hoping. Oh, yes. Well, I hope everything does solve itself on its own. Doesn't have to have surgery or anything like that. Okay, so shrug on track. I did switch. The pattern calls for 1 by 1 ribbing. I like the look of 2 by 2, so I just switched out, made sure when I cast on extra number of stitches, it was divisible by 4, so I could do knit 2, purl 2. Oh, about 20 balls of patterns wool in different colors. Susanna, that sounds fun. Oh, Sam, I haven't showed it yet. I'm working on it. So I've got my shrug on the go. Socks were finished. Okay, Sam just asked me about my mosaic dishcloth. So last week's New Start Monday project was a dishcloth. You guys voted dishcloth instead of pot holder, and don't tell me because it was faster because I do not have a finished dishcloth, but I have a good start. So Sam sent me one of her. mosaic patterns because we all know Sam, and what was it, 206, 7 dishcloths she did the year before last year, not this year, but last year. So I had her send me one of her patterns, and I've got just a little bit of a start on it, so I'll show that to you. So these were the two colors that I have pulled out of my stash to do either dishcloth or a pot holder with last week. You guys voted for dishcloth, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure this is Bernat Handicrafter. Don't know the colors, but obviously it's, kind of a rusty red color and kind of an apple green, bright green. Sam sent me a mosaic pattern, one of the Barbara Walker patterns from one of her mosaic patterns that Sam has done. And I got to start. So let me show it to you. I'm using a 3.5 millimeter needle, so it'll be nice and tight. I opted to do my mosaic in stockinette instead of garter stitch. And I did put a little bit of a garter edging on the bottom. I don't know if I really, well, stockinette, you do need to. So hopefully it will look fine. And I did add 2 stitches on either end in garter stitch. And so here is, I think this stitch pattern was called, what was it? Faces in the Crowd. So you can just start to see there's 2 eyes right there. And just working on this. So slip stitch pattern. And oh, one of the balls of cotton looks like Knit Picks, the red one. Oh, that, I mean, well, it could be because um, this is not the way handicrafter yarn comes, right? Because it's in like this. So maybe this is Knit Picks, or maybe this could be the sugar and cream. It's hard to say. Actually, you know what? I think it probably, well, it could be. I don't think it's Knit Picks because you know what? Because there's no ball bands, it probably came from Spin Right, from either in their second spin or the tent sale. So this one here would be probably a sugar and cream. Yeah, the way it's round, Susanna. Yep, you're absolutely right. So, anyways, this is I just got a little bit done on this. Super, super fun. I liking how the colors are knitting up. And yeah, we'll see. So since it's kind of Christmassy colors, we'll see. Maybe the green will look like the Grinch or something. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll just be whatever it is. I don't know. But I like the colors. The green is a nice contrast with this ready color. So Susanna, oh, I've been looking. Oh, you've been looking at your yarn? Well, that is a perfect thing to do on a Monday night. So, anyways, mosaic knitting is coming along great. That should be a finish right shortly because it will be a gift. So it has to be finished right shortly. But now that that push to get my socks is done, I can go back and spend a little bit, chunk out some time for each project, and the dishcloth is not going to take long to get done. So the Sophie scarf, that's the other project. I'm still using my bag from Caroline. This is a bag from quite a few years ago when we were all podcasting, she and Adrian and I. Ah, I love it with the little mitten fabric is super fun. So, and it's a great size. So I've been keeping quite a few projects in here. But my Sophie scarf. Okay, so I actually pulled my Sophie scarf out and restarted it because when I was doing it before, I did not have any stitch um, progress keepers with me, and I really wanted to mark the side where the increase was done, and I didn't do that the last time, and I was knitting and talking. I was out somewhere chatting, counting my rows to the increase row, and then increasing and talking, and then I kinda got thinking, I'm like, "I'm not entirely sure I have done all the increases on the same side." And I debated. I'm like, "Is this how it's supposed to look? Is it not? Is it?" is it? So I didn't have very much done. So I just ripped it out and started again. So now I've started again and I have a wonky stitch right there, but I'm not going to pull it out again. Nobody's going to notice that. Once they're wearing it, it'll be fine. So I can need to move up my marker, but I did mark the right side. So I can do a visual double check when I get to the increase row that I am on the right side. So I know for sure that all my increases are going to be on the correct side. So um, I have knit this little bit. Actually, no, I'm not back to where I was. You can see where I've pulled out here. Um, but I just restarted it. So this is Impeccable from Michaels. I think it's Aran Tweed. I really, really like this colorway with those little speckles of different shades of brown. I like it a lot. So I'm using 5 millimeter needles and I'm just kind of winging it because I know you guys voted. This was what, 2 weeks ago? It was whether Sophie's scarf or Sophie, excuse me, shawl. And I think the consensus was do the scarf. It's a gift. Go small, get it done. Some people thought the scarf was more wearable than the shawl. Well, here we are. Um, but I ended up, you guys voted for the scarf, and then in my haste, I went and I quickly bought the pattern and I bought the shawl pattern. So I'm going by the shawl pattern and I'm just going to make it scarf size. I'm going to kind of go by what the dimensions um, say on the Ravelry page for the scarf. And I'm only going to make it one ball. So when I get to halfway, I'm going to start doing the decreases and it'll be done. Anyways, it's fun. Now that I started it twice, it's great. Other than just having to keep track of your rows to know when you're doing the increase, it is super, super easy. Cindy says you like the I-cord built right in. I do too. It gives it a nice edge and super, super easy to do. There's no thinking even involved with that. That goes all pretty quick. And oh, Susie, you bought some of the same yarn for dog sweater. Well, that would look lovely. Liz, you have a drawstring bag in the same mitten material. I know it's really, really cute. And it's wintry, right? I'm using it kind of as a Christmassy theme, but obviously you could use it all winter long, right? Oh, Susanna, you've been looking at your yarn. You've got 20 balls sitting around you. Well, I think everybody's going to be jealous. Like, what better way to spend a night, right? Did I have anything else? Maybe not. Sophie's scarf restarted. Dishcloth well underway. Knock on wood. I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself, but I have not messed it up yet. So, fingers crossed. What I have not done, and I probably should do, but I'm kind of, um, oh, I've even lost that spot now. I should put a stitch marker on here. So, what I'm doing is I'm repeating the pattern twice. So, what I really am going to do, I really, really am going to take my own advice, is wherever this halfway mark is here, I'm going to put a stitch marker on here so that I visually know when I get to the stitch marker, I'm at the end of my knitting. I should be at the end of the pattern. If I'm not, I know now instead of getting all the way across the row. So I am going to do that because now that I'm like want to speed knit and get some of this stuff done, I don't have time for pulling things out. We're getting down to enough days before Christmas, or like not enough days, the least amount. The days are going by, right? Day by day. We're getting one day closer to needing holiday gifts done. So I don't really have time to be pulling things out and restarting. So putting a stitch marker on will be a super quick and easy way to know that I'm on track. And I think that is it. I've got to get my shrug going, my pot holder, my dishcloth. I mean, the pot holder and dishcloth in the perfect world should be done for next Monday. My Sophie scarf, there's a chance it could be done for Monday. And the shrug had better be really, really close, or else there'll be no hope of me wearing it. which, would not be the end of the world if I don't show up at Guild with a finished shrug, but I really, really want to. So that is about it, and we've got our winner picked. Oh, that is so exciting. And what is everybody working on now for December? We've got however many days until Christmas. I've quit looking because I don't want to start panicking. um, December 2nd, Christmas is in 24th, so we've got like 22 days to Christmas Eve. That's pretty easy math. How's everybody's gift knitting going? Is anybody still working on gifts? Does anybody still have ones to start and cast on? Fiber Friends December challenge. Every year, the Fiber Friends December challenge is always holiday themed. So if you're doing the new gnome mystery knit along, somebody said, no, Nikki, you said are you doing the mystery knit along from Imagine Landscapes? Or are you is that what you're using your Advent for? Is for that mystery knit along? It's been quite fun, like just scrolling through Instagram and seeing all of the Advents that people have. Like whether it's fiber for spinning or minis or even just like some other ones. Somebody had one that I didn't even know that the Body Shop did one. And so different lotions and soaps and that kind of thing, I'm assuming. I thought that would be super cool. And I saw a couple people had puzzle, and I'm liking, I need to buy that for my mom next year to give her for Christmas, an early Christmas present. And I must live in such a sheltered world. I spend all my time in yarn shops. I need to broaden my horizons to see what other kind of advent calendars are out there because there's so many fun and exciting ones. Nikki says that is the gnome she's knitting. Yep, Imagine Landscape. So I've seen a few people have been posting their starts. And from Thoughtful Artisan, looks like she's doing it as well. Yes, Timber Yarns Kit, that's fun. Heather's got really gorgeous yarn. Oh, hi, Anne. You're knitting your gift knitting slippers. That's an excellent gift. Everybody loves hand knit slippers. Everybody has fond memories of hand knit slippers, I would think. Liz, oh no, Liz is sitting here doing nothing. Well, you know what? That's okay too, because sometimes we just need to take a little bit of a break. You got partial projects, but would rather cast on something new. Well, want to do a pot holder? Which is not like me. I usually like to finish up what I have started. So, what do you have on? What are your projects that are partially done? Are they more socks, Liz, or you just want to cast on new socks? Susie's gift knitting socks and an Afghan. Okay, how close are you on the Afghans, Susie? Socks and Afghans. Okay, which of course leads me into January and our crocheted block a day challenge. If I don't have you on my list and you want to take part, let me know. And I think I'm planning, we'll talk more with Jocelyn about it Friday night, but I think I'm going to do a Zoom, and I'm sure Jocelyn, as long as she's free on New Year's Day, I'm going to speak for her and say that she probably would love to do that. So we'll find out Friday night if I'm correct or not. But I think a Zoom call would be fun for those of us. I've got 20 people on my list, counting Jocelyn and I, and Diane says Zoom. Yes, I know. I think that would be fun. Do a monthly Zoom call because we were chatting Saturday. Must have been with Cheryl and the Fiber Friends because Cheryl's going to join in and do it with us as well. And somebody had said that they had started it, I think, a few years ago, but got to August and then lost motivation and didn't do the last few months. So I think that if we have a monthly Zoom call and we do one January 1st to kick us off, just keep that excitement going every month to see, show your. Well, I don't think we'll have time for everybody to show all 30 blocks, but Just see where we are, see if we're on track, see, what everybody's up to, just to keep that excitement going all year long. Sally, you've ordered more yarn for your blanket crochet along. Very exciting. Cindy, your mom used to knit slippers and has small laundry basket by the door. And if you needed to pair it, you just help yourself. You know what? I think there's a lot of people do that. And it is nice memories because I just automatically when I think of slippers, I think of my grandma knitting slippers. Now mind you, they were probably out of Fentex, but um they lasted forever. I think mine were probably purple. Yeah, but it is like one of those great memories. So that will be wonderful. Wonderful for gifts. And your family will love them. Susie, you have to join the last 10 blocks. Okay, you're super, super close. That's fantastic. Sally, you're knitting socks for a gift using Patton's Croy and the Route 66 colorway. The colors are beautiful. It is a great color. Oh, Liz, I would expect nothing less from you. One of these days, Liz, I'm gonna suggest something that you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to do that, Louise. I am so excited." One of these days. Liz says no to pot holders. I have socks on the needles. Oh, and you have hose. Okay. Well, yeah, you've got second sock syndrome. Is that your problem? Where Susanna. Oh, Rose Hill Yarn has fingering and DK for socks, $45, which includes minis. Nice. Yes. Susie. Oh, Susie said that she ordered more yarn for the crochet along. Perfect. Count it as a Christmas present to yourself, right? Yes. Vintage Claus is a creamy base with swirls of bright poinsettia red to cranberry. Susanna, are you like did you copy and paste this from the website? But that is so true. Vintage Claus is a creamy base with swirls of bright poinsettia red to cranberry maroon with emerald to dark spruce tree green, Christmas red and green speckles. Absolutely perfect description of it. Yes. Oh my gosh, Susanna, you have 13 colors of Pound of Love? I have 2. I have got a gray and a navy or black. Might be black. And I've never knit with it. I'm sure I have both of them still. I think I'm looking at one right there. I've never knit with them. Donna, you're all ready for January crochet along? Fantastic. Oh, Sally. Okay, so you're using Lion Brand Wool Ease for the crochet challenge? Liz, you need to make some mittens. You guys, I thought about making mittens this week, and then I thought, no, no, mittens need to wait till January, I think. I pulled out a pair of mitts to wear to the tree lighting, and they were the Thick and Quick, Woolies Thick and Quick, and they were so warm. Sorry, I'm thinking and talking at the same time. I'm saying they are warm, and the colorway was I think it's called um, jam cookies, jam something. um, yeah, it's kind of a creamy beigey color with little bits of red, and they were really, really warm. Kept my fingers toasty warm. Oh, she's a cut and paste kind of girl. That's perfect. Susie, you're using DK Premier Anti-Pilling for this crochet along. Okay, fantastic. Carol, you're knitting socks. You guys, Carol has I was gonna Carol has amazing socks. That's what I want to say. Um, yes, I love seeing Carol socks, and I'm lucky enough I get to see them in person, and which is fun. So yes, Carol, you always have socks on the go. Knitting socks. Have plans to buy new crochet hooks at Michael's for the crochet along. Well, that is fun. Oh my gosh, Cindy, yes, we got snow. I came so last night, Sunday night, I went to visit my daughter, got home like at bedtime last night. Not a hint of snow, not a flake, not a nothing. I woke up this morning to, I don't know, a couple of inches of snow. Everything was covered and had to clean the car off. And then yeah, it snowed on and off all day. So yeah, there was lots of snow and the snow plows were out. I guess that's why I woke up to the sound of snow plows and I'm like, oh, haven't heard that in a while. Okay, Sam, yes, your challenge is dishcloth for the year to beat your, yes, yes, that's what you have set for yourself is to beat last year's dishcloth challenge. So, yep, I can see us all January 1st. Sam will be casting on a dishcloth, and the rest of us will be doing the crocheted squares. Oh, Susanna, you've been doing computers since 1988. Okay, well, then that is why you are so proficient at it. Liz says, I plan to ignore the crochet knit along. Well, that is, I guess it's not a knit along. Oh my gosh. Okay. Louisa's first lesson is to get the terminology correct. We're not casting on for the crochet knit along, the crochet cowl. All right. See, I can't, got to get my brain to switch gears from knit to crochet lingo here. Plan to, well, Liz, it's gonna be a whole long year of ignoring. Maybe we'll wear you down. Maybe you will, I almost said cast on. Maybe you'll just start a square. Maybe you're secretly gonna be making squares the whole year long, and then come December, you're gonna whip out 360, no, 340 squares or something or whatever. Um, Susie, a couple of inches of snow here would shut everything down. Where are you again, Susie? Yeah, no, here it's just normal, right? Like we really should have had this a month ago at least, maybe Halloween. We should have had this. But Liz, you did your thesis on the first Mac. That sounds interesting. Liz, I'm not giving up on you. That's all I'm going to say. You are always welcome to change your mind. We would love to embrace you and all of the fun things when you feel up to joining us. Oh, North Carolina. Yeah, that would not be good. Yeah, 2 inches of snow would not be what you guys would expect to wake up to, would it be? Anyways, it's fun, It's, I mean, you got to embrace it. It was icy this morning, so I'm already, you guys, most of you know my history with ice. So slow and steady, walk super careful. That's my plan for the next December, January, February, next at least 3 to 4 months. If I could hibernate and stay in my house until spring, I might just do that if I could. Calgary had 10 inches. Oh no. See, and what Calgary, what you get, Susanna, eventually makes its way to us. And maybe that's what we're getting. So farther north of me, my mom and dad just made it up to the cottage before the snow. They drove through some snow a couple of days ago heading up there, but they were trying to get there before all of the snow came. And they got there and they woke up the next morning to quite a few inches of snow. And it's just been snowing nonstop since they got there. So, but they're quite happy. They're doing their thing. They don't have to go anywhere, so it can snow all at once. All right, everybody. Well, I've got projects to work on. I'm going to go see what I can find for a Christmas movie. And I think I'm going to find needles for my pot holder because that is the biggest challenge for me right now is finding needles. And then I'm going to work on finding a Christmas tree pattern to put in the dish or in the pot holder and then just get this cast on because this is going to be super fun and just all the things. I'm just going to I don't know, I'm gonna work a little bit on my shrug tonight too because I have to get a little bit of that done. So, you guys, thank you so much for voting. Yeah, I have to say, I actually thought In the Round would probably win out, but I am just as happy to do it flat as well, and we'll talk about doing In the Round some other week. Um, oh my gosh, Sherry, yes, it is amazing. Okay, so we'll talk about this a little bit before we go. If you guys need to head out, you can head out. But yeah, Sherry said I saw there was a reality competition to be a Hallmark leading man. Yes, it's called Finding Mr. Christmas. And there's been 4 or 5 episodes. I absolutely love it. I actually went through and I binged watched it because I think it might be on right now. Um, and I think that's why had never watched a whole thing is no, not tonight. It's Wednesday night. It's after my online book club. That's why it's at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. So, anyways, I went through and you can go back on Stack TV. That's where I watch it through, and you can watch all the episodes are there, so you don't have to catch it live. And yeah. Oh, I know. It's fantastic. I am like in my glory. It is so good. Did I read your last comment, Sam? I don't know. I thought I did. Did I miss one about your dishcloth for the year? Yeah. So Sherry, are you watching it? Highly suggest. If you haven't watched it, you guys just go back and binge watch them all. They were so good. Yeah. Sam, I don't see a comment that I missed. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put on yes, the Hallmark channel, the W channel. I'm gonna watch some Christmas stuff. Sherry, you're going to now. You will love it. Guarantee you'll love it. It's fantastic. And I'm just gonna knit all the things and just fully enjoy the whole holiday month while it's here. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for commenting. Thanks. It's been great catching up with you all. Thanks for voting because it is always a super fun way to start off the week. And I'm going to go see what I can find for needles and a Christmas movie. See you all Friday night with Jocelyn, and we'll catch up at the end of the week. Bye, everybody.